Hi everybody, it's Connor here from Woodthorp International. Well, I thought I'd better give this a run. I got this down at Ali Pali at the beginning of the year and I run it, and I thought now's the time to do it because, I've been busy with the wiring, making sure everything's working okay. Anyway, I want to test it on the helix, pulling some wagons up the hill, and I'm just testing something else on the helix which haven't been tested, and that's the Hanson Revolution 59. But I just wanted to make sure that it can pull these wagons up. It should do. The class 66 does, pulling all those Drax wagons up. But it's nice to see it doing it so easy. Just hold on a second. Sorry, I just needed to get the handset. It's running on speed set 7, which I can tell you how many miles an hour that is doing in a second. And just watch it go past. In fact, we'll just stop it. And then we'll set it off on the hill, because one, it should, and the other is I do know it does. Very nice. Back up to speed set 7. So I'll just have a look on the computer screen. Right off. It's doing about what? Well, it says there 17.7 mile an hour there. So that's nice little speed up the hill. It should be just going past again. Oh, it's just gone past. It is over there. But we'll do the steam engine. It sounds very nice indeed. There's the steam engine, as well as this. I love this. I love all that hissing and stuff. I'm just going to ballast. Well, I have put the ballast down. I'm just going to glue this bit. And it's everybody's nightmare, as I understand. The point. It's sticking and stuff like that. Well, I remember it must have been a good 6 to a year ago, Joe in Malta set up iTrain to change the point continuously, or every so many seconds or minute, so it didn't stick. And I'm going to give that a go. Quite easy to do. So what you have to do is make an action, and you can go into edit, go down to action, and then you get this window and you give it a name. I've just called it point action, and you find the point. 15 seconds it changes to that, going to the left, and 15 seconds later it changes to the right. It's a curved, so it's to the tighter radius bit, and then you put at the end action execute, and then it repeats. Now, to activate that, it's best to put this icon on to the screen. That's the name of it. But if you go to edit, and this is where you're making map, down the left hand side here is this action button, and you just drag it on anywhere, and then you just click on it when you want it to work. And I can use it on other points. All I've got to do is move it if I want, or I can leave it there and just change the points. So you make sure that you've got your power on, which I have. It's all indicated down here green. And then you just press a button and that will now work. If I take you round before the 15 seconds. And it'll do that now every 15 seconds until I press that button again to stop it. I think I have to right click it and say stop action. But that will now keep moving. So I'm going to glue that, and I'll show you once I've put the glue on. All I do is I use one of them and then squeeze it on. So you can hear it going happily away to itself. And hopefully that will mean it won't stick. Right, as you can see now, the ballast is wet and the point is just on continuous to keep throwing every 15 seconds. Just like that. And when it's dry, or drier, I'll be able to stop it. And it's a very hot day today. As you can, it could be where you are. Well, that's great. Let's see that it does work. So I've just glued this little area here. You can see these are a pale red compared to the darker red where there's a train sitting, which is that one there. That's because the track's wet, or you know, it's got a bit of moisture on, so it's indicated. So what I've done with that point, I've turned the feed off so it keeps working, because if the feed is active, it stops the point from moving because it thinks there's something on it. So it's like a train being there. It's now 6:15 and I put this on about 9:30 to 10 o'clock and it's still changing its little heart out, as you can see here. It's solid now, so I'm going to stop it. So that has worked. Before I do stop it, I now know that the glue has fully gone off because it's not pale red on the blocks where the glue was touching. So that's good. Well, I've got these 2 points now, got ballast round and glue, and they're working on that one. Is say just gone. That'll go 7.5 seconds later, then that'll go 7.5 seconds later, and then that'll go. So it's still every 15 seconds. So pleased with that. The system seems to be working very well. Lovely. So I filled in between the points. I showed you the points getting done with the point motors working to help it not stick. And I've now completed all the ballast round here. Round here. I've decided I'm going to extend this green and thin it down to nothing. Round here and up to those 2 points where again I show them working, and I've done to here. So pleased with that, and it's, you know, it will start to look the part now, getting more and more of the scenery done. Got to start making more trees though. Anyway, so that's all done, all nice and gone hard. I mean, it's great weather for it, really. At the moment, a great weather maybe to be out in it and working, but it's good for drying the ballast out. So I will do all this ballast next, going up there, around there, and then I can go to here with the ballast, and then I've got to start weathering the track. This one's weathered all the way around, and I'll do over there weathering next. Right, here's it again, and when you start it, it just starts to hiss like all steam engines seem to just start up like that. The steam whistle, one of them, very nice. There is a long and a short. And they do vary, them last two, when it's moving. It's got guards, whistle, which is quite nice. And the driver of this is called Harry.
Going under, Harry.
It's very good of him.
That's an all clear from the guard. There's 20 on, that's going to be 480 tonnes. They're fully fitted. Brake force is a total of 180 tonnes. We're a class 3, so maximum of 35 mile an hour. We'll do the brake test before we set off. Morning, Harry. We've got 8 Mark 1s today. That's about 220 tonnes. We'll have to get a move on because we're already running 10 minutes late off shed.
Very clear are those. Some of the clearest ones I've had. And then there's steam blowers you can have and stuff like that. But we'll just move it away. I haven't speed measured this yet. That has to happen. They just sound really nice. Very pleased with it. So I'll get it onto the helix, and I love when you start to slow it down, it does that noise until it's done it a certain amount of time, and then it will start chuffing again. I do like that. So we'll send it on its way. This is what it's pulling. And we'll see it on the helix. Well, there it's going up. Steady away. It will go faster. It will even go slower. It gives you the impression it's working hard at that speed. It'd be nice if this would start putting lights on these steam engines, because, like, you know, Fleischmann, they can do it. So I don't know why Graham Ferrish and the rest of them can't. But that's it on the slope. And if we move it off, easy pulling away, and the drive is all at the front. The tender just has the sound chipping. the decoder and everything. So that goes up there with them very nicely. I hope you enjoyed seeing the steam engine and everything else I've done. It's made a change, not doing wiring. If you'd like to hit the like and leave a comment, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. And thank you very much for watching. Speak to you next week. Bye.